we have to give network configuration setting. It is asking TCP/IP protocols, IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, that we have to enter. If you have not entered previously during Active Directory installation time, first you have to check whether IP address has been assigned to your server or not. If it is previously assigned, no need to worry, but if it is not assigned, then you have to set some IP address of your server, and then you can start Active Directory installation. Another one is the network connection, that once I have a network interface card, I have to connect it my server through hub or through switch or to another machine. Without connection Active Directory installation won't start. એ ફરજિયાત છે કે તમારે નેટવર્ક કનેક્શન આપો ત્યાર પછી એક્ટિવ ડિરેક્ટરી ચાલુ થાય, બરાબર. સો દેટ ઇઝ રિક્વાયર્ડ. અનધર વન ઇઝ ઓપરેશનલ DNS સર્વર. જો ન હોય તો તમારે એક્ટિવ ડિરેક્ટરી ઇન્સ્ટોલ કરો ત્યારે ચાલુ થઈ જશે ને એની પહેલાં ઇન્સ્ટોલ કરશે, પછી તમારું કામ એક્ટિવ ડિરેક્ટરીનું ઇન્સ્ટોલેશન શરૂ થાય. ધ ડોમેઇન નેમ that you want to use. Here also we have to decide what kind of domain name I have to give to my server. For example, I said swami.com, or I said csd.com, or you can give your own name. The last one is the Windows Server 2003 CD media. Again, during Active Directory installation time, we also require CD, that sometimes during installation we have to again enter the CD, and from CD it is installing some of the components for Active Directory installation. These are the checklist we require for our server Active Directory installation. Now we move to the Active Directory installation. To configure your IP address, what you have to check, use the following step. You go to the network and dial-up connection. You will find a local connection, that is our local network interface card connection. You right click and select the property. It will displaying this window. Once you select property, it will display the second window here, that is the that is an NIC, that is a AMD NIC for Ethernet, and TCP/IP protocol. You select TCP/IP, click on property, you will find this window. Here you have to give the IP address, subnet mask, gateway, and if you have not previously given, then you have to set. If you have previously set, then no need to worry, you check it, simply make OK. On that time your first requirement is over. Now we start Active Directory installation. For Active Directory installation we have two ways. One is to select start, then go to administrative tools, then manage server and add assign role, that is GUI way. Another way is to simply start and select run. Look at this picture. Inside run, what you need to type, DC promo, that I have typed here, and click on OK. So on that time DC promo is going to start Active Directory installation. So once I click OK, the next picture you will find here, Active Directory installation wizard comes, and it is giving operating systems compatibility, that this server 2000 server is compatible to connect number of computers from the different Windows XP, Windows Server 2000, Windows Server 2000 server, as well as desktop 2000 server, but it is not supporting Windows 95 and Windows 94.0. that is giving the message. Once you click OK, on that time you will find the next picture. Here it is asking about domain controller type. I said earlier that before installing Active Directory, what kind of domain you want to create. So here it is saying that domain controller for a new domain. So right now you have only one server, and that server is only one domain in our entire network. So for that we need domain controller for a new domain. But if you have already one 2003 server running and you are creating another server for another separate need, on that time you can select additional domain controller for existing domain. Look at the second point. So previously we have one domain controller, now we are creating another domain to the additional. After that, once you select a new domain, then it is asking that create a new domain in a new forest. I said earlier that forest is a collection of domain. So, it is a new domain in a new forest, or you can create a child domain in an existing domain. For example, I have already one domain, for example swami.com. Inside a swami.com I want to create one more domain, then I have to choose this child domain. Like I can say that csd.swami.com. Swami.com, my first domain was that. Now I creating another child domain, that is csd. So the csd is under swami.com. That is possible through second option, child domain. And domain tree in the existing forest. We can also create another domain tree in the existing forest. Once whatever the need you have, you choose it. Generally, if you are creating a first, then the first one is required. Click on next. If you click here, you will find the next screen. In the next screen, Active Directory installation wizard, it is saying the new domain name. Now if I have choose the new domain in a new forest, so I have to give the domain name. This domain name is used by the user in a lab, like username, password and domain. So this is the name domain that we have to enter. Here we have used cuckoo.co.il, isn't it? So user need to give the cuckoo. This is the name of the domain. Another is domain NetBIOS name. So NetBIOS name is simply this domain name is identified by the NetBIOS protocol of the Microsoft, and we can computer can identify computer with the domain name cuckoo. After that, next if you press, on that time it is asking database in log folder, where the Active Directory database is stored. It is stored by default in the C:\Windows NTDS folder. And where do you want to store the Active Directory log? Here it is the by default C:\Windows NTDS log. So here once you create a Active Directory, I said that earlier, Active Directory is a database of users, username and password and its policy, its rights, server policy. That database is stored, and this is the location for our database. Some shared system volume, that some shared file we have for a network, that once the user is logged in, on that time server side script is running on a client side and giving the some shared resources to the client. That is here for a system sys volume. After that, it is also asking about the restore mode password and confirm password. This is the password required for a system administrator, that directory service restore mode administrative password, that if you want to restore your Active Directory, on that time this password would be useful. And finally, if you click next, on that time you will find the next screen like a summary of the Active Directory. After this summary, if you click next, it is going to start Active Directory installation, giving the GUI like it is writing an Active Directory. This kind of picture you will find, and this way number of files are getting created and storing into the server. After this, if you click, on that time finally it gives the message like this, completing completing the Active Directory installation wizard. And after this, if you click on a finish, you will find this message that window needs to restart. And once you click a restart button, on that time the server 2003 already installed, and later on we have installed the Active Directory with the domain name cuckoo, isn't it? And the computer gets restart, and you will find the next screen. This way, after restarting, we have already installed the Active Directory, so you can check the Active Directory installation. How I can check whether my Active Directory has been installed or not? So what you need to do, you have to go to the here all programs, start all programs, administrative tools, and Active Directory users and computers you will find, isn't it? And if you don't want to use if you don't want to install Active Directory by DC promo, you can go to the manage your server. Look at this, my mouse pointer, manage your server. You click on it, you will find Active Directory installation in a GUI mode. But DC promo is one of the easiest and fastest way to install Active Directory. And here we find this Active Directory users and computer. Once you click on it, it is displaying the database of your domain. Inside domain, number of computers and users predefinedly available in a server that is already created, that it will display. Excuse me. So, we have already installed a server first from the scratch. After installing server, we have installed Active Directory. As you are aware that Active Directory is required because we need to create users, and user is or can be created only if you have server, and server requires Active Directory. So, first step of the server installation is over, second step for Active Directory is over. Now the next step is our user creation. So, we need to create a user in our Active Directory domain, and different types of user we can create through these Active Directories user, server and computer. Now, for Active Directory users creation, what we require? Active Directory, a user account is an object that consists of all important consists of all information that defines a domain user. So, in Active Directory, our user is simply an object, and it has number of information about a domain user, like user name, user password, user rights, user policy, user group. These all information are stored once we create a user in an Active Directory. This user information includes user name, password, group, which the user account has a membership. Group means, I said earlier that we can create a group for MCA1, we can create group for MCA2, we can create group for MCA3, and through that group, if I give some rights to the group on that time, that right automatically applies to the group member. For example, in MCA1 I have 60 user, for MCA2 group I have again 60 user. Now I want to give rights for MCA2 user for accessing the Java program. So, simply I have to do process for group only. So, all the members of the group, that right automatically applied, and that is group is providing easy administration of the server user, and that is why people creates and administrator creates group. That information are also stored in a Active Directory user account. User account can be stored in Active Directory on your local Active Directory or on your local computer. So, user we can create two way. One is Active Directory user, we are creating on a server side, login from the client side. Another is a normal user on a client, like in Windows XP you can create a user, but that user can log into the XP desktop machine only, not in other side. So, that local user are only for local computer, not for the server computer. But if you have Active Directory user, that can log in any environment. Another one, this is done by means of user account, which needs a logon name and password. Now, if we create a user, we require user name and user password and domain name, because on that domain our username and password information are stored. So, once I click from the client side, provide this information, that information passed to the our server Active Directory database checks that username and password and domain. If this information are correct, then server replies back with the authentication logged in successful, and server provides information to the server based on the user policy that we have previously set in the form of groups or in the form of rights. Now, to create a user account, what we need to do? The one of the most common use for the Active Directory users and computer console is to create a new user. For new user creation, what we need to do? We have to click start, then go to administrator tools, then go to Active Directory users and computers. Look at this name. So, start, administrative tools, in that select Active Directory users and computers. Once you click on it, you will find this picture. In this picture, you have to select users here. At the top you have a domain name and you click on a users. Here all the user database information is available in your Active Directory. There are some of the built-in user like administrator user, guest user, and different users are available, that is previously automatically created during Active Directory installation time. But you can create your user by right clicking on this area. Look at my mouse pointer, right click on this area, and this way this is my right click for the presentation. But on actual environment, if you right click by mouse and select a new user, it will give this screen. Here the screen for a new user, right click on the user controller and select a new command, resulting shortcut menu, and you select the new user, you will find this picture. Here you need to do information about first name, initials, that user first name. For example, I can give my name Atul, initial AMG, last name Atul M, Atul M, and full name Atul M Gosai. And this information, user logon name, I want to give my user a logon name is AMG for example. So on that time, once I enter my information that for Atul M Gosai the username is AMG, my password and my domain, that I have to set. So this way I provide this information, and once I am clicking on next, I am getting this screen, that password for the new user. Here I have to give the password and new password. So initially I can set new password for AMG, and here we have 4 options. The first one is user must change the password at the logon. So what do you mean by this point? Once you click it, I have, being an administrator, I have created one user Atul M Gosai, username is AMG. Initially I have set some password that I give to actual user, that user, this is your username and password. I am knowing that password, so if I click on it, user is actually logged into the server for the first time. It is asking you change this password and you enter the new password. So actual user is entering the new password. User cannot change password. If I set it, user is not allowed to change password. Password never expires, so the password remains as it is. Account is disabled temporary, I want to disable account, so on that time user is not allowed to log into the system. For example, right now my students are in MCA 2, I block the MCA 1 user, account is disabled, so MCA 1 user are not allowed to